Hello, welcome to My Life on Paper. I am Briana, and welcome back to Sketch Sunday that we do every Sunday. And we're also playing along with May I Scraplift You this month. And our own Sandra Lee did this sketch for us, and then she made a sketch out of, or she made a layout out of it, which we're lifting. So here we go. Beautiful, gorgeous florals. I deviate to it in a different direction, and I hope I do justice to Sandra's sketch and layout. So you'll see her layout up in the left corner there. I, instead of doing, this spoke to me. I wanted to do Disney pictures, and instead of doing the triangle, I'm using the castle. And I think it represents the triangle. It works out just a little bit different. I'm using, I think, bigger photos than what Sandra used, and that's okay. It took me a little while to figure out how I wanted to place those. In my hand is Lumineer. We are it must be in front of the Beauty and the Beast castle. We were at Disneyland, and I'm sorry, we were at Disney World, and that was in 23, in February. We just went for one day. So here I am taking my Distress Oxide, and I wanted to stay with the white paper like Sandra did, but this color just, it gives it kind of that, not a, I wouldn't even call it a shadow because obviously it's not to like one part of the castle, but it just lays down that foundation so that the castle kind of pops. I don't know if pops is the right word, but it stands out a little bit more. And it just gives, and again, like I can say it gives it a little bit of texture. Is there any texture on there? No, but it gives it a little bit of dimension. Maybe dimension is a better word. So I've already glued it down there with my ATG adhesive, and I'm just going underneath it now with my Distress Oxide ink. And the way I picked the color was that, and I don't have the color in front of me because I've already put those away because I was trying to be good. But the way I chose that was I have some paper that I'll pull out in a moment that's going to become the side borders, and you can tell. I don't have to tell you this. You will be able to tell it's not the same yellow, blue, but that's okay. It's still kind of that um, Disney, I don't know if you call it Disney blue, that goes with the red and the yellow and the black. So it works, and I really like how this turns out. So the brushes I got from Amazon, and the handles are different colors, and I use like this blue one I'll use for like I think pretty much every shade of blue I have. I probably have one that maybe is for darker blues, and then the same with all the other colors, so like orange and red and yellow. I just use the same brush for all the different shades of those colors. As always, I will have listed below everybody that's playing along with Sketch Sunday, so make sure you go down and see what everyone else is doing with Sandra's layout. And then also I will have the playlist for May I Scraplift You, which is always fun to see because there is a list that we can lift, but then you don't have to. And you can lift different people on different days. And it's fun to see who everyone else is lifting. So there you see me just trimming off that top flag. I would have used the whole thing, but I didn't with my bigger photos on the bottom. It just didn't work. So and I probably should have trimmed that off before I laid it down, but it works. So then I will go back to laying down my photos and getting those laid out, um, knowing that I'm going to use a lot of embellishments. Like she used the florals. I won't be using the florals, but I want to get them around the bottom photo like that, and then even a couple up on top to bring kind of those colors up as well. That camera grabbed my eye really fast, so that was the first thing to go on here. Now, here is, and like I said, my blue isn't perfect, but I like it, and it coordinates, it's all good. So I have a problem with hoarding Disney papers, I will tell you that right now. And I don't know how, I mean, I've taken one Disneyland trip with my husband since this, but gosh darn it, you just don't know when you're going to get back there. And so I kind of said told myself that you can do it, and I'm using this lovely, it looks like flare, so I'm this lovely paper because it really enhances the layout and it's perfect for this. So in fact I showed my husband and he liked the castle and he liked the paper on the side, so that was his input. So So I did trim off, I just tore the one side, and because it was going the other direction, I just did a little bit more of a tear, and then I was able to trim out the 2 inches. I used my mat on the right-hand side just to kind of guide me as to what 2 inches was when I was tearing, and then I just trimmed that out on the left-hand side. Sorry about my head again. I should have a stick-it note that says, "Get your head out of the camera." All right. So now the next thing I'm going to do is how am I going to get like all those pieces underneath the photo like she does, because that was kind of important to me. And so then you will see me eventually move these pictures up a little bit. I lose a little bit of the castle, but you see so much of it, it's represented, and really your mind knows that there's a whole castle there, so that is totally fine. I like these stars. Those are going to stay there. And I will even trim them apart a little bit. That 100% fun ends up being my title. I know that Sandra's title is up on top. That didn't work for me, so 100% fun it is down to the left of the photos. This is a little journaling spot, which you can put like the date or some words or, whatever, but I'm sure I will have something to say about Lumineer or the ride or something. So those are balloons are a good one. There's a lot of wordy bits here, so I wasn't a lot of uh, pieces to pull out that didn't have all the words on it. Now I have a creative memories. I have several things going here. I've got some Echo Park as well as some creative memories things, and those are mixed together. But I'm just trying to pull out some things that don't have words on them. As far as the sticker sheets go, I was using 2 different ones. Echo Park, A Magical Place, and then I think it was Echo Park, a magical something else that I don't have the branding strip here for, so I'm not sure what that was. Um, this takes me quite a while. I wanted to use, this was like a 2x2 card that I had already like trimmed off for something else. I just wanted the stripes on the back, but I wanted to kind of line up the stripes and I wanted to get the most out of it as I could. An easier way to do this would actually be to attach it with um, a post-it note. Uh, and that way you can really move it around how you want, but I was just going for it with the scissors. It doesn't, look how the stripes go with the stripes of the camera. I did not like that, so it moves quickly to the left-hand side. And actually, when I moved it to the left-hand side, I was thinking, I'm going to take a different piece of paper and put the Mickey head on the right-hand side, and that never made it. So that's the only um, Mickey head that I punched out, but that's okay. There's plenty of a lot else going on here. Next, I find a tag that just is the right size to fit into that spot right there. And then I will pull off some more balloons off of the sticker sheet. Oh, and oh, this is where I find, okay, the balloons. So she has the florals up on top of her triangle, and I wanted some color up there. So I trying to find things that just would kind of make sense. And add a little bit of color. So the hot air balloon, and when am I going to use that for anything else? So this was like perfect. Hot air balloon, the balloons, and it just brings that color up into those spaces where there's not much going on. So thank you, Sandra, for that beautiful um, your beautiful layout there that I get to scrap lift. And I'm trying very hard not to cover up Lumineer, but to like fill in these spaces here. So I've got an arrow that's going to point right to them. I think that's perfect. And this is where I'm kind of gonna trim up this star because I want to use these pieces, but I want it to wrap around a little bit. So I glue it down and then I'm going to start gluing everything else down, hoping that I remember where everything goes. But it does lay out nicely again. I'm trying to get things again next to the photo on the left here, but I don't want to cover up Jillian. Jillian's in the yellow shirt there. So I'm trying to, frame the photo with my embellishments, but not cover her up at all. There's my title, 100% fun. I love that. That is just perfect for that spot there. And I do get that, um, that get tricky because you don't want to cover up the title, but yet I've got this, I don't know what it is, but it's, it's a stiff material that it's almost like, I don't know, jute or something like that. So I strategically put that there so it won't cover up Jillian, it won't cover up the title. I'm going to trim off these things and I use the little bit of star there to do some more tucking with it. So I'll get that yellow star that I trimmed off first and then place just the bottom tip of that star and get that underneath the photo. And there we go. We've got kind of the photo framed, and that was my objective, um, like Sandra has in her photo. So, yay. I do think for a moment might want to put a title up there, but I decide, nope, I like my title where it is, and that is the end. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a fabulous day, and please come back and see me again soon.